character you're representing? Or you are, I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say you're representing somebody.
I'm Ronnie the Witch from Elden Ring. And I'm super excited to be here to honor our world and the two fingers. Well, not the two fingers, anything but the two fingers.
And I'll find out more. So the this is basically what we will see in the game, I guess. If we can visit you in the game.
Yes,
but
anytime you want.
Only virtually.
Yeah.
So it's great to see you in person.
Arms, you know.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. The ability to use 4 arms instead of 2. What kind of advantages have you found with that?
There's plenty of advantages to that. First of all, they're not human arms because I am actually in a doll's body. So that provides a range of benefits. I don't bleed. Nothing hurts.
Oh, is it a mechanical doll? It's one of the.
It's kind of like my spirit is like possessed inside it. Like I possess the doll with my spirit.
Are the materials of the doll from the mechanical doll era, or what cloth? Actually, my daughter would be interested in this too.
This cloth, I honestly don't know. I guess maybe found the doll and then thought that looks cool. Let me just hop in there. But yeah, it's super warm.
Oh yeah, that's also helpful. Yeah, but and very beautiful. I see the fur.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about where that fur came from?
I don't. I bought it online, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, wow. All right, so a lot of what we see in the game is bought online,
right,
I guess.
Amazon is thriving.
It's wonderful, yes.
In the lands between, for sure.
In the lands between and the characters. Okay, so was it an assimilation of the doll, or, you know what I mean, the presence of both human and doll, sort of what it become? It became one.
Yes, we did become one, and it kind of...
The singularity, that's right. There was a singularity.
And it did cause me to become immortal, I would say.
Oh, good. That's
by
great.
killing myself.
Oh, right. A lot of that involves...
Yeah.
You have to take that extra step. Well,
yeah, you can't gain everything without taking a little something.
I realize that. Yeah, you have to give to get.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's great to see you. I guess we'll see you in 100 years. No, I mean, some other people will see you in 100 years.
I hope to see you in the lands between.
Thank you, Charlotte. Nice to meet you. Thank you, sir.
What is the best-selling title of 2002 in the U.S. dollar sales? It probably might be good. It might be by city. I would be shocked. I would be completely shocked. And survey says
20 years ago. Uh-huh.
Movie games are very common nowadays, to be honest.
There are movies that are just, they go right to the games.
There are games that are based on movies.
Oh.
Especially back then.
What are the game? Oh, do they have one for everything, everywhere, all at once?
I hope they make some. I hope they make some. That's a great movie.
That is.
There's a lot you can do with that in terms of
Crouching Lion. So you recognize the lead from her Crouching Lion days?
I'm an avid fan of old kung fu movies.
Oh, wow.
So I remember Crouching Tiger and Dragon.
Meaning Bruce Lee movies too?
Bruce Lee, all those Jackie Chan.
Well, those are fun. Wow. Yeah, right. What other movies? Babylon? Anybody see or any interest in a big movie about the silent youth? What did we see? What other movies got games?
There's SpongeBob movie. SpongeBob movie got a game.
That'd be fun.
Let's see.
X-Men has a couple games.
That's true. X-Men does have a couple games. The MCU has its own couple games.
Yeah, comic book world.
New York Game Awards. It's so great to be back live and in person. My name is Makita Byfield. I'm a senior intern at the New York Video Game Critics Circle, and this year I'm helping to co-host the show. Right now, I would like to introduce the creator of the New York Game Awards and the New York Video Game Critics Circle, Mr. Harold Goldberg.
Nikita, thank you so much. You're going to be great tonight. You already are. So this is our 12th award show and our 10th live show. I am so glad. We're all glad to be back with a live audience. And you look so good in person, man. It's so good to see you in person. Not quite 8K. That's probably because I've got some smudges in my glasses. But, thank you for being here. Right now, I want to introduce your friend and mine, the former president of Nintendo of America, the man as beloved as Mario, as honorable as Link, as delightful as Kirby. It's Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Thanks, Harold. So the love in this room is phenomenal. And as Harold said, it is just so great to be back here in person. You know, this was a great year for games and a great year for me personally as well. My book, Disrupting the Game, was published. And I have to say, it was challenging to write. Thank you. Thank you, Phil Spencer, for that. You know, the book was challenging to write, and I appreciate all of you who read or listened to me read it. You know, because for gamers, a book is like an RPG, but with 0 dialogue choices, right? So for those of you who put yourselves out and read the book or listened to it, I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming on my quest with me. It was really worthwhile when it made the bestseller list, so it was phenomenal.
It was an awesome book, Reggie. Thanks for the early copy. And thank you so much for writing about our nonprofit in Disrupting the Game. You said joining our board was the perfect role for me.
It was, and it is. You know, and Harold, that's why we're here. You know, yes, there are going to be many awards given, and we'll recognize many deserving game developers. And Phil Spencer is here to receive our Andrew Yu Welcome Award. You know, but we're really here to talk about the help the Circle gives to underserved and homeless students.
That's right, Reggie. It's important that we all come together to help people of diverse backgrounds. And here's a fact. Only 2% of those employed by game studios are Black. With our programs, we mentor students to write game narrative and games journalism. And we have them interview top developers on YouTube and the like.
You know, we give them paid internships, college scholarships, and pave the way for really significant opportunities and internships at game studios, like our partnership with Rockstar Games. And those internships will lead to jobs. So check the QR code on the program that you were given when you came in. Please take the opportunity to make a small donation.
We have so much in store for you tonight. Trailer premieres, a trip to the metaverse to find Reggie, Devin Delaquante from The Daily Show, our sought-after Journalism Award, and so much more. It's going to be such a great night. But let's start things off with Whitney Mears from Newsweek, Imad Khan from CNET, and Mike Andronico from CNN Underscored. They are here to introduce our Esports Award. So take it away, you fantastic trio.
Hey everyone. events began to open back up, it was uncertain if the same storylines that had dominated esports would continue after the pandemic hiatus.
What we saw is that some players that dominated pre-pandemic continue to do so in the wake of everything that happened. But what we didn't expect is that players that were in the shadow of the giants for so long finally stepped into the spotlight.
From fighting game champions cementing their legacy, to rising League of Legends Valorant stars reaching new heights, every player on this list left their mark on 2022. And the nominees...
Thank everyone involved in the New York Game Awards. And also thank my sponsors, my fans, and Smash communities. And last year, I won the Super Majors, the Big House 10, that was huge. And also I won 2 majors, like the Apex 2022 and the Scout World Tour. So I'm pretty get closer to get the best player in the world. So now, this year, my goal is becoming the #1 player in the world. And once again, thank you very much for your support.
This thing on? Fantastic. So, here's the thing. There's something so fascinating about mobile gaming. To be quite frank, it's astounding how people continue to innovate the mobile game scene on something as small as our tiny little phones right here. Something that fits so small in our pockets. It's almost as if we're just creating more reasons to use our phones for anything else that isn't a phone. Do you use your phone to call anymore?
I'm supposed to? Mostly I just text, and then it's, well, it was back to Angry Birds when it was on the App Store, but now it's Cats and Soup. But those aren't on our list now, are they?
They are not.
Speaking of our list, here are the nominees for the A-Train Award for Best Mobile Game.
Wildflowers.
Thank you to the New York Press Circle for honoring us with this. It means a lot. We're a really small studio, and things like this go a long way to giving us hope for what we want to continue investing in for the future. Thank you to the amazing team at Second Dinner who can't be here with me. I'm really grateful to be here representing you. We put our blood, sweat, and tears and love into this game, and we're so glad you guys enjoy it. And thank you to the fans and the content creators that give us feedback and support us. Without you and going on this journey with us, we couldn't make this game. And personally, thank you to my family for supporting me and loving me through this. It's always hard making games. I know all you guys know that. So, thank you.
Championship at age 8. 8. He is also the author of My Name is Tani, and I Believe in Miracles, the amazing true story of one boy's journey from refugee to chess champion. Tani.
I say the winner.
And the nominees.
Okay. And the nominees are
Harmony's Odyssey. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. Moss, Book 2. Pokemon Legends Arceus.
And the winner is Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Hello everyone, PJ from Nintendo. Kirby surprised everyone this year when he swallowed a car. But we were really surprised as well with just how much love the game received by both kids and everyone.
Shiny and new, but to excavate a piece of trash from the dumpster of yesterday and trick people into liking it again now, that's what art is all about. Thank you very much.
Scholars trying to build metaverse-style worlds where video games have been doing this since the beginning, whether it's persistent online worlds, fictional universes that last from generation to generation. World building is very important to creating a good narrative, which in a lot of cases is very important to making a good game. So the nominees are...
Elden Ring. God of War Ragnarok. Horizon Forbidden West. Pentiment. Pokemon Legends Arceus.
All right, and the winner is, in what might be the first of many, Elden Ring.
Hi, I'm Agent Chen, Senior Brand Manager at Bandai Namco.
And I'm Milad Sadat, Director of Communications here.
What an honor. I think the folks at From Software are going to be really proud of this one given the field of competition.
Some real sunk hours in this category, right?
Sunk hours, but I think no regrets. Maybe some bruises from the tarnish that braved the lands between. But on behalf of From Software and Bandai Namco, thank you so much for the New York Video Game Critics Circle for this amazing honor.
Thank you.
I am the witch, Ronnie. I accept this award as it was written in the stars. My thanks tarnished. This is mine.
Well, that was a surprise. Thank you. So, it's no secret that I love old 8-bit games like The Legend of Zelda. It brings back great memories for me. And now we have a world premiere trailer for 8-Bit Adventures 2 from Critical Games. It releases in 2 weeks on January 31st. Let's check it out.
think my Steam Deck could render that many skeletons without exploding. At any rate, the nominees for the Off-Broadway Award for Best Indie Game are...
Return to Monkey Island.
Oh my god.
Trombone Champ. Vampire Survivors. Wildflowers.
Could be essential to the way that games sort of resonate in our minds and live on in our hearts. So it's done me a lot of good in the 12 or 13 years since The Legend of Zelda came out, something like that, to see writing in games become more and more recognized as not something incidental to games, to the the level design and the mechanics and all the other wonderful disciplines that go into making games, but as something that could be as central to our experience of games as everything else. And I think this year's nominees, are a particularly strong group. They demonstrate how fantastic writing can imbue a wonderful world with a sense of history and mystery. They show how great writing can take a character who's a collection of amazing combat abilities and skill trees and give them pathos and depth. And they show how games can simultaneously transport us to somewhere totally new, while also speaking very much to some of the most urgent concerns of the moment that we're living in right now. This year's nominees are
As Dusk Falls. God of War Ragnarok. Immortality. Norco. Return to Monkey Island. Road Warden.
Team for Sunny Santa Monica, and I'd like to especially thank Matt Sophos, our narrative director, as well as Rich Robert for our lead writer, as well as the rest of the writing team for crafting this amazing story that I hope you all enjoy. And I really thank everybody for joining us on the journey that created.
It was actually a rough one for me. In July, I fell while working on my house in the mountains, and a helicopter flew me to Albany, where I found I'd broken my pelvis in 3 places, had a brain bleed, a concussion, bruised shoulder, and arm and wrist so bad it grossed out the nurses daily. Plus there were other things wrong. For a while I didn't think I'd make it. And weeks later I still couldn't close my hand enough to play games. And I had to learn how to walk again. But I'm pretty much better now and thankful. I am so thankful to be here. And the one silver lining is that the injuries like that and helicopter ride are the closest I'll ever get to feeling like a character in Grand Theft Auto. And I'm very thankful that our work as a nonprofit was able to continue without a hitch. But first, I want to thank Helen Pfeffer for her help getting me through it, helping me to walk with that walker, and all that tough stuff. Thank you, Helen. And I wanted to thank those who have supported this nonprofit this year and all our work. Rockstar Games, Google, MOM, Devolver Digital, Take-Two, Nintendo, MSK, Bethesda Software, Catherine and Jeffrey Soros, Mike Wilson, NPD Group, and IGN. Also, Rob Smith, one of our producers last year, died recently. And Rob was a longtime games writer and an expert with video. His book about LucasArts was stellar. So I will miss you, my friend. We all will. And thanks to John Azzalona, our superb creative director. He's back there now. You can tell him by the awesome bald head he has. Victor Kalagianis and George Jimenez, our fast-thinking, longtime directors. Cherie Smith and Mike Andronico, who are stage managers. Nick Capizzoli and our journalism award team. Mentors Isaac Espinoza and Ronald Gordon. Mark Mayer, Ted Howden, everyone at SVA Theater, our excellent team at Zebra Partners, and just did a great job. All of our valued critics, writers, interns, students, educators, and volunteers. And thank you, our fans, too. Thanks. Thank you all so much. And now I want to introduce Ann Del Castillo, the Commissioner of the New York City Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment. And everyone at MOM has been really supportive of our work with underserved and homeless students. Ann, can you take the stage, please?
Good evening. I want to thank you, Harold and Reggie and Makeda, for hosting such an awesome evening. But I also just want to thank you in particular, Harold. I'm very happy to see you tonight. And I want to thank you for your incredible vision for video games in New York City. I want to congratulate you also on 12 years. It's fantastic. I also want to congratulate all of tonight's nominees and honorees, and really just all of you for being here tonight. It is a thrill to be in person to celebrate digital games with all of you. This industry that thrives at the intersection of media, technology, art, education, and entrepreneurship. New York City has a rich history with the games industry, as probably most of you know, from hosting competitive events in the 70s at arcades such as Chinatown Fair, where I myself spent quite a bit of time. While my mom would go grocery shopping, I would be there playing Street Fighter or whatever. I was not in the competitive games, though. New York City has also served as the location for Nintendo's first ever global retail store in the 90s. And of course, the city has also served as the star location for a variety of commercially successful game series. And so we're proud that New York City has really been a place where digital games can call home. As some of you may know, some of you might know us originally as the New York City Film Office. But our mission has expanded over the last few years to include support for New York City's creative economy, beyond film and television, music, theater, advertising, publishing, live performance, digital media. These sectors that represent $150 billion in economic output and close to 500,000 jobs. And I think the pandemic really showed us how critical these creative industries are to the New York City economy. When theaters and live performance shut down, New York City shut down. Restaurants weren't doing any business, retailers weren't seeing any walk-in business. But what we also saw during that time was the critical importance of video games. They kept us connected and engaged with community. I know that's not news for the people in this room, but I really think it really reframed the dialogue around digital games. And so in 2021, my office commissioned the first ever study of the games industry here in New York City. And through that study, we found that the industry supports 7,600 jobs and $2 billion in economic output for the city. And so Mayor Adams, in his first year, last May, announced steps to transform New York City into a global hub for digital games. We made a $2 million investment in the first ever bachelor's degree program in digital game design at City College of New York City. We also established the first ever Digital Games Industry Council to ensure that we have a sustained ongoing dialogue between the industry and City Hall so that as we're shaping policy, as we're doing economic development, that digital games has a seat at that table. And then some of you might be familiar with the Made in New York mark, which for many years was what branded our film and television production industry here. And so we have now extended that mark to digital games. And so we're really proud to celebrate Made in New York digital games. And we'll soon be launching a marketing program which will offer free promotion for those digital games that are made here in New York City. I'm especially proud to see a number of the games tonight that have been nominated are made in New York. So just a special shout out to those. I won't name you because I don't want to be showing preferential treatment. We are particularly proud to support the New York Video Games Critics Circle, their internship program, which works with Bronx Works. This is a program, as we've heard, that connects students to industry professionals and trains them to write about and review games and also learn about game development. This work in the Bronx, coupled with the work that the Critics Circle does to provide scholarships, social justice journalism classes, and paid internships to underserved and homeless high school students, is really crucial to creating opportunities and advancing diversity in the industry, and I thank you for it. The commitment of the Critics Circle really showed during the pandemic when they pivoted and figured out a way to continue the work virtually at a time when the community really, really needed it. And this work was documented in an Emmy-nominated public service awareness series that highlighted organizations in each of the 5 boroughs that changed course during the COVID-19 crisis to support their communities. The video that focuses on the Critics Circle really traces their work to bring games and journalism to underserved communities through internships and other events programming. And so I think we're gonna show a bit of it here, so take a look. Thank you.
The New York Video Game Critics Circle is a group of 40 critics and 8 interns who come together to work in the world of video games. We work here in the Bronx primarily to bring games and journalism to underserved communities.
When you're going through a video game, you're experiencing that story for yourself. Video games can kind of give that level of storytelling that some books can't really match.
We want kids to have fun, but we also want them to think about what's going on in the game, what the narrative like, what the art is like, what went on in the game creator's mind to move you through a level or move you through a chapter in a game.
I think the pandemic in general has really forced us to be more creative and strategic. Bronx was one of the hardest hit areas. It has been challenging to find housing opportunities. School attendance and remote learning in general has been a huge transition for us in the family shelter.
Social isolation, right? They're away from their school community as well, their own peers, their own family members potentially. All the typical traumas and circumstances that our families were typically experiencing were exacerbated during this pandemic.
This has been wonderful for families to just keep them engaged.
Since the pandemic began, we've had about 10 interns who write reviews for us, help us with social media. We also put on every year the New York Game Awards, and that is about 400,000, 500,000 people watching us online.
There are so many jobs in the gaming industry these days. Writing, drawing, musical, directory jobs. Games are not a waste of time because they are investments in people's future.
We're like a family. That is like my great honor to have a group of kids that feel comfortable and welcome at the New York Video Game Critics Circle.
Thank you, Commissioner. When VR
experience from a guy in a small coastal town in Spain. It turns out that Jake Uñante has created a virtual Studio 54, and we're premiering it to the world right here tonight at the New York Game Awards. But that's not all. So you can go to nygamecritics.com now and find out how to go to Alt Space right after the show. So you can put on your glasses. And some of us from the Critics Circle will actually be there to hang with you. I think Scott Stein will definitely be there from CNET.
It's such an honor to be back here with you all in person. It's a bunch of gamers and designers and tech reporters in an actual room. 2022 was also a difficult year in gaming because so many important lives.
So sad.
So as video games grow more diverse and mature, so too does coverage of video games. Great games journalism helps us deepen our understanding of games and the roles that they play in our lives. Our best games journalism nominees include thought-provoking criticism, riveting narratives and personal essays, investigations into broken working conditions, and one simple trick that workers can do to maybe improve some of those working conditions. I don't know.
And I was gonna go home and start playing it. And I thought I'd done a great job of avoiding all boss spoilers to it. I'd rather be here, and now I know. Anyway, thank you so much, Harold, Makita, Reggie. This is, and the New York Video Game Critics Circle judges, this is such a humbling honor. And I knew that, and I understood that because I was that kid. And to my colleagues, video games are the enemy. And I've always known that there's so much more than that. They're relationship builders. They're storytellers. My brother is here with me. Our whole relationship we've built through video games. My fiance is here with me. We met in the middle of the pandemic and used gaming to really foster our relationship. But no one saw that. And as I was driving to work, listening to the 800,000 podcasts I listened to, someone, I don't remember anymore, recommended a podcast with Reggie. And I was like, cool, I'll check that out. And then there was this guy, Harold, there. And I was listening, and I'm like, wow, they teach games. That's so cool.
Trailer for a game that was very near and dear to my heart, Treachery Beatdown City. We just started working with Open Mike Eagle, and he made a great track for it with Too Mellow and Inverse Phase. And then, and we were trying to release it in 2019. Then me and my wife's moms both passed. My kid was born. The pandemic started, but we were in CERT, so we were able to launch in March of 2020. And the LA Times called it the most relevant anti-racist game in 2020, and that was like.
And I'm standing on lines to beat down, we can bring down, roll to a pull apart, mess around there, find out boulevard.
Mask off. We got a couple seconds to raw dog the air a little bit. Let's take advantage of it. All right, so let's get into it. 5 years of presenting this award, one thing is clear. Virtual reality is more than just a passing fad.
Thank you, Harold. I'm very excited to be here. Actually, I had to take a break from making my new film. It's called Slide. If it's Blazing Saddles was done in animation and Mel Brooks turned an animator, that's what it's going to be like. So we're very excited about it. So let's look at the nominees for the Best Actor.
Alex Jarrett, Zoe Walker, as Dusk Falls. Ashley Birch, Aloy, Horizon Forbidden West.
Didn't let me cut. It just slowed it down.
Be safe. Christopher Judge, Kratos, God of War Ragnarok.
What if Loki going to Ironwood is the only way that
Atreus. Grace Zabriskie, Eliza Varese, The Quarry.
Transition, transformation, often interpreted as a beacon.
Justice Smith, Ryan Urzaler, The Quarry.
Super boring. If you must know, I needed some life advice.
Advice, huh?
Whoa,
Man Engage,
Ambrosio.
Marissa Marcel.
I had outlawed the Inquisition. In a few moments, I will be a kingdom away from this dungeon. My freedom came at a price. Will you pay the same, Ambrosio?
Very cool. And the winner is Manon Gage as Marissa Marcel in
Hi, thank you so much for this huge honor. Thank you to the New York Video Games Critics Circle, and special shout out to Harold, who's always been such a supporter of the game. I love Immortality so much, and the feedback from everyone in this community about Immortality has been amazing. And this is a true honor and an honor to be nominated alongside such great performances. And I'm just super thrilled. And yeah, thank you so much.
I'm
not Manon Gage. She's a very good actress, but she's not this good.
Stephen Totolo from Accio.
My man, Stephen Totolo.
Thank you. Everybody here, I think, knows that video game music is essential, unless you are one of those heathens who turns the music down so that you can listen to a podcast while you play. I may or may not have written an article for Kotaku 10 years ago confessing that I did just that, and I may or may not have received many angry messages from video game composers about that article. But you'll see from the games that we're honoring tonight, there are basically two types of games that celebrate and showcase music in amazing ways. We have games that are adventures, where the music accentuates the emotions that you feel as you play, the feelings of happiness or nervousness or even sadness. Other games are from that great lineage of Beatmania, DDR, Guitar Hero, Elite Beat Agents, and other great rhythm games. These are games where the music literally makes you move, makes your fingers hit the buttons, move the mouse in ways that just make the game all the more fun. So the nominees are
Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Metal Hellsinger, Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Trombone Champ,
We're really, really thankful for all of it. So yeah, again, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
What was your favorite game this year? What did you like? Shout it out. Elden Ring. What else?
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh, that's a good one. What else? Immortality was awesome. Wait, yell high. Come on, yell. I can't hear you. Mobile verse. Someone said Melee.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Final Fantasy 14.
Metroid. It's on the Nintendo.
Endwalker.
All right, so let it loose for Mike Fernatale one more time. We're gonna keep
So 13 years ago, I got a message from a band that was reforming, who had last played together in 1960s. And they weren't going to have their lead singer, so they asked me to sing for them. So Harold thought that it would be great if I came here and played this song that none of you know that was recorded before any of your parents were born. So he said they'll love it. So you wouldn't want to disappoint Harold. This is a song by the Left Bank.
Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. won't go away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. The empty sidewalks on my block are not the same. You're not to blame.
All right, you might know this one. Thank you so much.
Mike, thank you so much, man. And now for our Andrew Yoon Legend Award. Andrew was an
Thank you. This award is particularly meaningful given the awesome history of previous recipients, many of whom have been sources of inspiration, feedback, camaraderie along the journey of my career. I know I speak on behalf of all of us when I say that the 2021 and 2022 recipients of the Andrew Yoon Legend Award have given us so much joy over our lifetimes, and certainly their work sustained us all through the pandemic.
The soul of Destiny is in the communities that you build around it. And your love of the game is what inspires us to bring more of it to you every year. We are not going anywhere, and we plan to inspire generations of Guardians to come.
God of War Ragnarok. Immortality. Pentiment. Vampire Survivors. Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Game of the Year Award. We want to dedicate this to our very talented friends at From Software, as well as our colleagues at Bandai Namco.
It's an honor to receive this prestigious award, and from an organization that not only recognizes the best in our medium, but helps move it forward, mentoring young students, some of whom might be standing up here someday, accepting this very same award. So thank you.